As a business owner or a 1099 worker who uses a space in their home exclusively for their business, yes, you are entitled to what's known as the home office deduction. This means that you can basically write off some of your personal living expenses against your business income. However, taking the home office deduction on your tax return is a highly audited area, especially if you choose the route of writing off a third of your rent, your utilities, and all that fun stuff. Or if you own your house, you're writing off your mortgage interest, property taxes, utilities, repairs, all that good stuff. So how is this person going to write off 1/3 of their living expenses because they work from home? So the most aggressive way and the highest audited way is to take a look at the total square footage of your home. Basically just compare that to the room that you use exclusively for business. Exclusively is very important. So let's say that this space is 333 square feet. So okay, we take that, compare it to your total square footage, and then your home is basically used 1/3 for business. Then we can take your housing expenses, depreciation, mortgage interest, property taxes, utilities, repairs, total all those up, bring them down here, multiply that by your home office percentage, 1/3, and this would give you almost a $10,000 home office deduction. This is very highly audited because of that word right there, exclusively. So basically, if I go into your desk that's in your home office and I open the drawers and I see a bunch of personal items inside of there, that is not exclusively used for business. And that would disallow you the home office deduction for that space. The other issue related to the home office deduction is if you go the actual expense route, so you're doing mortgage interest, property taxes, or your rent, your utilities, and that stuff. If you're renting, you don't have this problem, but if you own your home and you're using the actual expense method, then when you go to sell your personal residence, you are going to have to recapture depreciation upon that sale. Even if you qualify for the personal sale residence gain exclusion, any depreciation that was allowed or allowable related to your home office deduction steps in before that gain exclusion, and that must be a recaptured gain when you sell your personal residence. So when we have clients that want to take the home office deduction, what we advise is instead of having the client go through this runaround with the actual expense method, there's another way that you can claim the home office deduction, which is known as the simplified method. The simplified method kind of works a little bit like this. Let's say that you have this same situation, 333 square foot used for office space. So the rule for the simplified method is you have $5 per square foot with a max of 300 square feet. So basically, if you took this same person, you would take this 333 square feet, see that it's above the max 300 square feet allowed, so we just use the 300. You'll multiply that 300 out by this 5 right here, and you'll get a $1,500 home office deduction. And you might be thinking, whoa, what the heck? You just lost me out on an $8,000 tax deduction, right? Compared to the actual expense method. Which, sure, that's true, but which method do you think is more likely to get you audited? Just a question. But no, audit risk is not why we make tax decisions, but how do you feel about this word right there, exclusively? Are you okay to take 3 years worth of this $10,000 deduction and then have them come back, challenge this word exclusively, and then you get $30,000 of deductions eliminated at a 40% tax rate? Now you owe back taxes of a bunch. Or let's say that you do pass your audit because you did exclusively use it, but then when you go to sell your home, now you got to worry about depreciation recapture taxes? So, sure, actual expense method will yield you a larger tax deduction in the current year. But the easier route is to use the simplified method, which is just $5 per square foot with a max of 300 square feet. The more you know.